Alright, we're about to take down this boss, is known as the Taurus Demon. He's a big bull-like guy with a big club. It's kind of similar to the Asylum Demon we fought in the sense that you can kind of stay around his feet and his back and attack him, but he's a little more aggressive and he's got some different moves. So we're going to have to be careful. Before I do that, I forgot last episode to read the description on the Twinkling Titanite and Titanite chunk that we got. You can see plus 14 reinforced standard weapon or plus 4 reinforced, so we're not even there yet. We're going to use these towards the end of the game. And Twinkling Titanite are for like magical weapons or boss weapons. Titanite chunk for weapon reinforcement not found outside of Lordran. With the discovery of chunks in Lordran, the race to locate the legendary slabs has begun. But could they be mere myth? And that's a hint to later on the Titanite slabs that we will use for the final reinforcements. This weapon reinforcing Titanite is imbued with a particularly powerful energy. After this Titanite was peeled from its slab, it is said that it received a special power, but its specific nature is not clear. Again, we will use these later on. They are very valuable, but not anything that we're going to use right now. So, for this guy, I probably won't use fire bombs just because they're a little slow. They probably do decent damage, but we're probably just going to end up doing melee attacks. This gold pine resin will come in handy. It will come in very handy, actually. It's really good. And I don't think there's anything else we need. Throwing knives aren't going to do very much damage, so I think we should be good for now, just with our trusty Morningstar. His attacks they hit hard enough that blocking is going to be futile. I mean, it would help, but it's just going to stagger us and do damage, and then we're going to be open for attack, so we're not going to need that. So we'll just go ahead and two-hand this Morningstar. So with the lightning that the gold pine resin applies to it, plus the bleeding buildup damage that can do extra damage, he's going to go down in no time. And I'll show you a couple different strategies to fight this guy. There's more than one way to kill him. One of the ways being to lure him over to this ladder, climb up it, and then do a plunging attack, much like we did on the Asylum Demon. You can also just kind of bait his attacks, run around him, attack his legs. It's a little more dangerous, but it is possible to do it that way, especially with gold pine resin. It doesn't take too many hits to kill him. So just kind of want to bait his attacks. And you can just linger around his feet. Don't get more than 1 or 2 hits in, or he'll go crazy on you. So if you do the running to the ladder method, you want to kind of bait one of his attacks first, like that. Just because if he runs up to the ladder, he may catch up to you and attack you off the ladder. So you can see that almost hit me. Once you're up here, you want to try to do the plunging attack quick. You can see how much damage that does. It took almost half his life away. Once you do it, though, you want to get out of dodge because he's going to start going crazy on you again. And luckily this rampart's pretty big, so they give you room to run. So again, bait an attack, run or roll past him, go over here, and then before you book it over there, bait another attack so it gives you a little opening for him to waste some time so you can get up the ladder. So you can see now by the time he gets over here, we're already to the top. I believe that this is the easiest way to kill him. I would say if you do it this way, probably don't waste a gold pine resin like I did. But it's just, it makes you avoid much less attacks this way. Do a quick heal just in case. Run by him again. Get over here, bait one more attack. And then just run back up this ladder. Hopefully he doesn't attack us. Whew, that was close. And he will linger down there for a little bit, but if you wait too long, he will jump up and attack you. So you can see that was only, I think, 3 or 4 plunging attacks, so he's not too bad. Victory achieved. Get another humanity sprite and a homeward bone. Now here you want to be careful not to fall off, but also it's possible to, if you position him kind of over here, you can sort of keep like a medium distance away from him and bait his jumping attack, and you can literally force him to jump off and kill him, just one-shot him. So that is another strategy. I don't recommend it because sometimes you get some bad RNG and he won't bait out. It's hard to bait out the jumping attack. He might just attack you, within melee range. And attacking him around his feet, you saw it wasn't too extremely hard when he first came down for me to avoid his attacks, but you can't get greedy. If you try to attack more, then if you run out of stamina, you try to get 2-3 attacks in. Not only will he probably hit you, but he can also kind of fling you back over these edges if you're not careful. So just keep that in mind. But he's really not too bad if you just use the ladder for the plunging attacks. You just have to make sure that he doesn't hit you off the ladder and that you get that plunging attack off right when you get up there. Alright, so we continue on. We're basically done with the Undead Berg now. Normally, when you have like pots or like destructibles in the environment like this, normally when you break them, you're not going to find any treasure or anything, but there is one behind this one right here. So it's rare, but break them barrels, you might find something. Another soul. Got a lot of souls now. Do some more leveling when we get back to the bonfire. So, see a door here. A little area down here, and we see a bridge right here. See what this door is. It's locked, imagine that. So this will lead to another area once we get the key for it. That looks like where we progressed to, but I'm going to go see what's down here. It's another great view. We see an NPC chilling down here, a pretty important NPC, and one of the less shady characters. He's seems to be a little more friendly to us. I like this guy a lot. Classic Souls character right here.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
So there he gives us a clue that this land, Astora, that he's telling us about, is the birthplace of Gwyn, who is the Lord of Sunlight, who we saw banded with the other lords to take down the everlasting dragons. And this guy seems to be on a mission to find his own son, meaning like sunlight, sun. So kind of odd thing to say.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
Sure, you seem cooler than anyone else we've come across.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Yeah, sure.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this.
White sign soapstone.
We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
A lot of information there. So he confirms kind of like the lore we saw on the red sign soapstone, or the orange sign soapstone, that the time here is convoluted. People centuries old, warriors centuries old, phasing in and out. So, just confirmation that we don't know, the people we come across, we don't know when they are. They have different times. They're in the same world as us, but it's as if our planes of existence are overlapping. We don't even know that this guy, whose name is Solaire, we don't even know if he's of our time or not. But he seems cool. He wants us to engage in jolly cooperation. Another interesting thing that he said was, you know, in a land brimming with hollows, is it mere coincidence that we met? You know, because we can go hollow, but we're not insane. We haven't lost our minds like these other hollows, just wandering around mindlessly. Like we have our mind about us. We have a goal. We can talk to people. You know, so he's kind of saying, us meeting up like this isn't just, we're not stumbling upon each other. He doesn't think so, like some sort of fate.
Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Really interesting line there. So, talking about the sun like it's a father, like he has daddy issues or something. Like, oh, how if I could be so grossly incandescent like that. The classic line from this guy.
Oh, hello there. The sun. If only.
So white sign soapstone, this is a helpful item. You can leave your summon sign. So if you're having a hard time with a boss, what you can do is you can leave this, and you'll be summoned as a phantom to someone else's world, and you can help them fight the boss. When you're done fighting the boss, you will come back to your world. It doesn't give you the progress, but you will acquire a large amount of souls, and you'll also regain humanity. So if you don't want to use a humanity sprite, or you're not at a bonfire, and you want to regain your humanity and get some souls, or maybe you just want to practice the boss so that you don't have to die and go back to the bonfire. If you die as a phantom, you just come back to where you were in your world. You don't go back to the bonfire. So leaving your sign to help other people before a boss is a good way to practice and maybe gain some souls before you actually fight the boss in your own world. And if you're human, you can also see other people's summoning signs that they left using the white sign soapstone outside the boss room, and you can summon them to help you. So it's a really cool, innovative way to play online cooperatively with people. There are some things I have problems with, but overall I think it's a good idea, and I like the way that you can leave messages and stuff too in this game. White sign soapstone. Be summoned to another world as a phantom through your sign and defeat the area boss to acquire humanity. Hollows cannot conduct summons, so that lets you know you have to be human. In Lordran, the flow of time is distorted, and the white sign soapstone allows undead to assist one another. Similar lore to the orange sign soapstone. So, once again, we're starting to learn that, you know, besides we are this chosen undead, we're reading these two bells of awakening to further see what our fate may be. We're also seeing now, whoa, like, this world is not normal. Besides the obvious reasons that there's hollows everywhere, and we don't know how we got here and everything. We're learning that the time periods of different people exploring this world are overlapping. So this is much more curious to us, and we don't know how it's going to affect us or why it's relevant to our mission. The plot thickens. So look at this bridge. Easy, few guys, few treasures, no biggie. Take a few steps forward and you see, oh damn, something just breathed fire on me. It's that Drake. He's back, and this time he's not just flying off. He wants a piece of this. A little more intimidating than the few guys we saw earlier. It looks like one guy down there survived, but I don't know about you, but I don't want to run across this bridge. He's staring us down playing chicken with us like, what? But once again, if you kind of angle your camera, you can see in the middle that there's kind of, you see some railings over there. That side you don't, but, there is an opening. So it makes you think maybe that's some kind of safe spot. So we're going to make a mad dash for it. Screw it. His fire didn't kill us before, so if he breathes it now, we know it won't one-shot us. You can see he's not quite breathing it till we get up closer. So we'll just run down here in these steps. He's still not even breathing on us yet, so we know we can get to the halfway mark without him breathing fire on us. So let's see what's down here first. That guy's a little intimidating. See an opening down here that leads under this bridge where that Drake is at. And then here we see another look down to where we were at in the Undead Burg. That's the rooftop where we found the throwing knives, and we jumped down to the other building. And that area straight ahead down there, that little walkway, that's where we first encountered the Drake. And then down here, we're just above the bonfire, basically. So, looking around with that knowledge, we know that maybe if we go down here, you can see that bonfire. Only this time now, we can kick down this ladder to create a shortcut. And by golly, we're going to go down there and rest there. So now we got tons of souls to spend. So we have a couple options here. First of all, we can just level up, you know, which is always useful, especially if you're about to go fight a dragon. Or we can go back and we could buy some of those items from that that vendor that we saw down there. And considering all these guys look to be dead still from our previous run through of this, before we rest, just run back to that vendor and see if there's some other items we want to buy. We already got the short bow, which we're actually going to use right now against that dragon. But we can buy some of the other pieces of armor. Maybe buy a weapon.
Oh, there you are. Still keeping your marbles all together? Then go ahead, don't be a nitwit. Never hurts to splurge when your days are numbered.
Our days are numbered, huh? He really seems to think that we're going to die. But we've seen that we can't die, so I think we will. It's only 100 souls, so we will pick up this orange guidance soapstone just for the lore, and we, like I said, we might play online later. I could buy the repair box and the bottomless box. I don't really think we need them yet, and that would pretty much take up most of our souls, so I'll probably still wait on those. We don't need any more arrows, so we could buy some of the chain armor and possibly some weapons as well. Oh, I forgot that I did buy that small leather shield. I'll use that in a little bit. I do want a fencing weapon just to show off, show you guys, so I will purchase this rapier. It's a pretty good weapon. We have a short sword. Scimitar's good. I might just wait for a different build, or like using a different armor set later on to do that. Hand axe might be useful, but I think I'll wait. I already have some weapons that have regular attack, slashing attack, so I think I'll wait on this. But other than the Morning Star, I don't know that I have any weapons with strike. And the reinforced club is good damage, and it has a bleed effect, so that's mainly the big sell on this, but our Morning Star has a bleed effect. So I think I might just pick up this club for that awesome A scaling in strength. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And then I think I will pick up this chain set. And I'll get the leather gauntlets too, why not? So these are going to weigh a little bit more than the armor that we have on the hard leather armor.
Oh, thank you very much. Come back soon.
Oh, we'll be back, buddy. He is on our hit list for sure. So now we can rest at this bonfire. We'll be right under the dragon. We got a shortcut, so we don't have to run all the way back through where the Taurus Demon was and everything to get up to where that bridge was. We'll need to access that bridge later if we want to talk to Solaire again, or to access that locked door that we saw just after the boss room. 1,200 souls. I don't believe that's enough to level up. Let's change our equipment. But we've been rocking this hard leather stuff for too long. Let's see here. Try the chain helmet. We'll see with the chain stuff, with the leather gauntlets. We'll see what kind of weight that puts us at. Maybe try a different weapon too. Let's try the rapier. I like these fencing weapons. I'll show you guys a little bit of that. 18.7, so yeah, we can still, we'll try the small leather shield. That way we're still far underweight, and we've got gear with, well, I guess it's not really, doesn't seem to be better defense than the hard leather armor. Oh, and they do weigh about the same, so physical defense 30, physical defense 26. So yeah, I guess slightly better. In this case, the hard leather gauntlets look to be a little bit better. Makes sense. Leather gauntlets, hard leather gauntlets. They have no poise though, whereas the hard leather gauntlets have 5 poise. And it's only 1 more physical defense. I think we are going to rock the leather ones then, just for the poise. And then, yeah, you can see 5 more physical defense on the leggings plus 7 poise, so that's good. The hard leather armor has good defense, but it doesn't really give you any poise, so you can get staggered very easily. So looking a little different, kind of looking like the guy at the Firelink Shrine. His name's Crestfallen Warrior. I don't know if I mentioned that. This doesn't look to have as good of a parry window as I remember. It looks like a normal one. I'm going to go check out that other one. I think it was a buckler. I'm going to go try buying that one. So you can see it sounds different. Your guy kind of looks a little bit different too. He looks more like, I don't know, he looks kind of wider in the torso area. He's been eating a few too Big Macs or something. Change of pace though. We can always change it up too. You know, we can mix and match, like try using the standard helm with it, you know. Different stuff. Hollow Warrior helm maybe. That looks kind of cool. We'll just keep all chain for now.
Oh, I hope you...
Yeah, buckler. I thought this had the same kind of parry window, but I think the buckler has a better one.
Thank you, Kai.
Yeah, you can see that, yeah, little hesitation, sort of that little moment before he actually does the parry, like that. There's much more frames within that time period for you to parry. You know, if you look at this, it doesn't have that. It just has the one sweeping motion. Anything you find like this, I think like the target shield might be like this, much easier to parry. And with our rapier, it has a 110 critical as opposed to how most weapons have a 100. So if we get the parries and the riposte, this rapier is really going to do a lot of damage. It's not going to do as much damage as something like a dagger, which has like a 131 rating like we saw before, but it'll be a good all-round weapon with this kind of build. Just want to check to see if we have any souls. We don't have that many. I don't think that's going to give us maybe but 1 level, so we'll just wait to level up. I will rest though. I am tempted to kindle that bonfire so we can get 10 Estus flasks, but I think I'll wait. We don't see any pressing danger for now, except for that dragon. But until we know we're going to be respawning there or revisiting that a lot, I'm just going to not do it. So up here, all these guys will respawn, obviously. If you run around this rail and just hide right here, the fire won't get you. It'll kill all the other guys, and you can see I got 555 souls for that. So you can actually use this as kind of a farming area. You can just run up here, let the dragon kill all the dudes, get your 555 souls, come down here. You don't even have to slide down the ladder. You can just jump down. You don't lose much life. Reset. Go up. Do it again. It's a little monotonous, but if you're looking to, you know, just grind a couple levels, or maybe you wanted to buy some more things from that vendor there, you could just do it a few times and you can get a couple thousand souls pretty quickly and easily. For now though, I'm going to check out this way. We looked over there and we saw back where we were at in the Undead Burg. You look over here and you don't see much, just kind of a open terrain. See the tail of the dragon there, and just kind of gazing off into the sunset. Let's see, where is that? Okay, so this area, that's down where the Black Knight is. So that tower, that circular tower straight ahead is where the crossbowman is. And then down below is where we fought 3 guys. And then that stairway that leads down, that's where the guy with the flaming barrel was. And so we went up that tower, and up at the top is where we fought the Taurus Demon. So below here there are a couple guys. You want to be careful. You do have to kind of hug this so you don't fall off. There is a guy waiting over here. So this is kind of your first taste at fighting guys in a really close quarter. So just make sure you be careful. These guys are easy at this point. You saw it was super easy to parry him with that buckler, but there's a guy there, and then there's a guy right here. So if they both get on you, especially since this guy is a spear guy, you can kind of get in a sticky situation, especially since there's just not much room to move. Oop. Oop. This guy's kind of hard to parry. Oh! And there's a great example of why you want to be careful right there. So, regarding the dragon, what we're going to do with him is you can run past him. If you run past him, there's a room with a bonfire, and it's kind of a shortcut. Not much, but it's sort of a shortcut. And you can attack him melee. You can, throw up like a gold pine resin and attack his feet if you do it right, if you bait out the right attacks. But there is kind of more of a cheese method. For those that don't know, cheese is a term I'll use meaning to kind of exploit the AI script so that you can just kill them really easily without them really being able to do anything to you. I'm sure hardcore people would say like, oh, well, if you do it the real way, that's really how, that's hardcore, that's how you should play it. But, the way I see it is these enemies, they're relentless, they'll do anything to try to kill you, so I don't mind cheesing a guy here and there. So, one way you can kill this dragon is if you aim up here, what you're looking to do is to attack his tail. If you can shoot his tail enough, you will get a sword called the Drake Sword. And I think he flies off after that too, so you can attack his wing, and then he'll come down here, and you see his tail sits down here and kind of lingers back and forth for a few seconds, and then he'll fly right back to that area. So what I like to do is, get a shot over here that will hit his tail, and then aim up here and try to get a couple attacks off on his tail here. It doesn't do much damage, especially since we don't have a very high dexterity stat. But again, if you can get a hit off down here on his tail, and then you can get a hit off right here, or maybe even 2 onto his tail, then after a little while of doing this, you'll easily be able to get that Drake Sword. So this will take me a while, but I'll go ahead and edit it out. It usually takes maybe 5-10 minutes depending. Maybe not 10 minutes, more like 5 minutes. But I'll go ahead and do this, and I'll just edit it so that you guys can see the end result. Alright, there it is. The Drake Sword. And you can see he's not too happy about that. But he remains. So let's check out this bad boy. This is a pretty good weapon. Oops. Some would say too good. So you can see here the weapons we've been using, the short sword's 80 attack, 73, 87. Drake Sword is straight up 200 attack out the gates. We do need 16 strength to where it's required to use it, which we don't have. That's why you see the minus 160 next to the physical. But 200 damage is damn good for this point in the game. This sword, one of the rare dragon weapons, is formed by a dragon's tail. Drakes are seen as undeveloped imitators of the dragons, but they are likely their distant kin. The sword is imbued with a mystical power to be released when held with both hands. So when you two-hand this weapon and you use the strong attack, it will release like a wave of power forward. It's a strong attack. It has range. Like, it's really cool weapon ability. However, when you do that, it will reduce the durability. So this has 360 durability, which is pretty decent, but as you use the special ability, it'll take large chunks off of that. So you still have to use it sparingly, but just using this weapon alone, just regular attacks by itself, is extremely powerful. It doesn't have thrust attacks, unfortunately. It's just regular slashes, but this will do us good for a while. I prefer not to keep using this. I think it's not really balanced super well. It will take you through a good portion of the game, but I like to use other weapons, and other weapons you can upgrade with smaller Titanite shards that are cheap, and you can start coming across them soon. Whereas this is kind of like a boss weapon. It takes twinkling Titanite, so I prefer to save that for weapons later on. And so we will use this, but we're not going to use it for as long as it's really relevant for. We're going to try some other stuff. Like I said, I want to show you guys a lot of different weapons and some different armor and things like that. So we know we need 16 strength now. We got 13, so we're going to need 3 levels worth of souls. Unequip that bow. Go back to the rapier. This rapier's got kind of like a dashing ahead thrust attack, even for the strong attack. Same with two-handing. It's just kind of this, medium range fencing weapon. It's pretty good, especially the dashing R2 like that, the strong attack. It can be really good to distance your foes. Like, this is a good, really well balanced combat weapon, even though it doesn't do as much damage as some others. So we'll get back to our souls. You can see that parry window is just huge. I didn't even feel like I timed it right, and I still got it. Another hollow soldier armor. Alright, spear guy. You're going down this time. As long as I don't fall off, you're going down. Man, this guy's just not wanting to die. There you go. If you circle around most guys long enough, eventually you'll just be able to backstab them. It's kind of a cheap way, but I have a hard time parrying those spear guys. They have a weird delayed attacks. I'm going to go back to the bonfire and see if I can't level up enough to get this Drake sword going on. Oops, other way. I might just do this, I might just farm these guys on the bridge a little bit just to get some souls to do it. 555, thank you. Just go ahead and use these souls I have just to see if it pushes us to have enough for that 16 strength. I don't think it will, but we can try. I think I only need three levels worth, so I may have enough. Perfect. Oh, what? 16 straight. What? Did I do the wrong stat? Shit, I did endurance. Whoops. Noob moment. Well, anyway, endurance will be good. We're going to need that for equip load anyway. But I'll just get the strength later. We're about to come up on an area that gives us tons of souls, so we'll still use that Drake sword. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end the episode here. Next time we'll continue under that bridge. We'll check out the next small area. We're almost getting close to the blacksmith Andre, and we'll start being able to get a couple more weapons and upgrade them. And we're going to get to the next boss area, and a few other surprises await us as well. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next episode.